here I am. I'm back with another video. If this is not your first time, if it is, welcome. So today I want to do like a bronzy, glowy type of look. I do want to do eyeshadow today, but honestly, I hate when I say what type of look I want and then it doesn't turn out how I see it in my head. So I'm gonna just lay it out and say I'm going for bronzy. Now, I don't know what type of eye look I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it very minimal. I do know what palettes I'm gonna dip into to try to get the look that I want to do. I am gonna do a voiceover because I kind of need to like get in the zone when I don't really know what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm going to hop into voiceover mode. Hey, so to start this off, I'm going to be priming my T-zone area with my Benefit Porefessional, my tried and true. I really only do use it on my T-zone area because it just minimizes my pores so well. The rest of my face doesn't really have that many visible pores. So yeah, I just rub this in T-zone between my brows and on my chin. And then for the rest of my face, I use my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I think that's the official name of it. And I just rub this in all over my face like lotion. Honestly, I see people pat it in and I just find that it just takes too long to dry down when I pat it in, so rubbing is the way to go. For my complexion today, I'm using my Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Moisturizer. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna list everything below. I really just don't feel like looking for everything right now, but I'm just blending that in with my Morphe brush. Obviously you can see that it is a tad bit dark for me. Honestly, I usually make this type of stuff work, but for today I really didn't mind it because I wanted to do a bronze look anyways, and my concealer and everything is gonna balance it all out, so it's really nothing to worry about if you ever come across a foundation or a skin tinted moisturizer being too dark for you, only if you're gonna use concealer and somehow balance it out. Now, if you're just gonna throw that on your face with it being dark, I highly advise against that. So yeah, I'm just blending this in everywhere. I do use a little bit less product on my forehead. That's usually how it goes no matter what I'm using. So yeah, I really hope you guys can't hear the rain right now. It's like pouring in New York right now. Now, just for some extra coverage, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Wonder airbrush filter situation, and I'm just going over any areas that I have like dark spots peeking through, and this does add more of a glow to your skin. It's not matte at all, so yeah, it's gonna help with extra coverage and just a little boost in that glow. And I'm using the same brush that I applied the Urban Decay with. Really no reason to grab another brush because I'm just gonna be blending this all in together. For concealer, I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way. I actually go in with other concealers, I'm pretty sure, but I'm starting off with this one because it is lighter. I wanted to see if I was gonna need to go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer because it is on the thicker side, but I'm just blending out the Born This Way concealer with my e.l.f. Camo sponge. I love this sponge. I think it was a little bit too watery, the sponge, or too wet, so I had to go in and like apply more product and then blend it out with a brush instead of the sponge. I obviously did not squeeze it out as well as I should have. I honestly don't even know if the camera's picking it up, but it just thinned it out so much. I was just like, this is just not the move. So yeah, I highlight under my eyes, on my chin, and between my brows. I didn't highlight down my nose, and that's just because I'm going for more of a bronze look, so I just want to look sun-kissed a little bit, so I wasn't pressed about highlighting my nose. But yeah, I needed to go in with that e.l.f. Camo Concealer, so I used two shades, Deep Chestnut and Deep Olive, and I'm doing one eye at a time because this concealer dries so fast, it's very disrespectful. So I do one eye at a time, just to ensure that nothing dries down, because blending it out is actually the worst because it really be stuck. So yeah, I'm just blending that out with my Real Technique, I'm pretty sure it's a contour brush. It's really just like a flat brush, a flat fluffy brush. Man, I'm just gonna I'm going to try to remember to put the brushes in the description box as well. Now here I'm just using that same foundation brush I used to blend everything together. I felt like the concealer was a little bit obvious, if that makes sense. And I'm using my Revolution Stick Foundation in shade F13, I believe, to like bronze up my face. I didn't show the actual product because the label is no longer on there. Like, I've had this product so long that it just like rubbed off, so it would have been so pointless to show. But I've had this foundation for years. They say you're supposed to throw your makeup out, but I really don't if it's still working just as well as the day I bought it. So yeah, I'm just taking that on my cheeks, and whatever product is left from on my cheeks, I take it down my nose. No additional product. Just make sure everything is seamless. And then I do take some on my forehead. I do like my forehead to be a little bit darker because my head is big as hell. So yeah, a lot of it goes on my forehead. But yeah, then I just go under my jawline, and then that's it. Of course, we gotta do a liquid highlighter for this glowy look. So I'm using my Rare Beauty liquid highlighter, and I'm blending it out. I'm pretty sure this is a Japanesque 178 brush or 718 brush. I get it from TJ Maxx. I always get it every time I see it there because I just love this brush so much. But yeah, I'm just blending that on my cheek, on like the highest part of my cheek, and then whatever's left on the brush, I'm doing it above my brow. I do like to highlight above my brow on one side, but not too much, so I don't really apply extra product. I just use whatever's left on the brush. To set under my eye, I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Not even translucent. My Laura Mercier setting powder in the shade Honey. And before I applied the powder, I just blended out under my eye with the same brush that I used to blend out the concealer, just to ensure no creasing was being set in place. And then I'm taking it along everywhere else that I used concealer. Now, since I want this to be glowy, but I don't want these areas to crease, I'm literally just applying the powder where it needs to be, which is pretty much the side of my nose and right under my eye. I'm trying my best not to bring it out too much, and a little bit on the tip of my nose because I get very oily. Now for bronzer, I'm using my NYX California Beamin or something like that, and it's in the shade the OC. This is my favorite shimmer bronzer that I've ever had. Like, I reach for it all the time, only when I don't want to be matte because it is pretty shimmery, but it just has the perfect color. I love it so much. But now to set the bronzer in place, I'm using my Hoola Toasted, and that's just a fluffy Morphe brush. The bigger the better, for more of that I don't even know, dispersed kind of sun-kissed look. And I use the toasted version because it is on the deeper side, so yeah, it works for me. Now for highlight, I'm using my Soul Body and Face Shimmer thing. It is on the chunky side. It smells delicious, but I just love the highlight it gives me. It just looks so natural, the way it just melts into my skin after I set my makeup. So yeah, it's definitely my go-to. And now I'm just spraying some Fix Plus, just to get rid of any powdery look I may have, and then my Morphe setting spray because I'm done. Now, time for the eyes. I'm just adding a little bit of e.l.f. concealer. Pretty sure this is Deep Olive, to my lids to even out the color instead of using an eye primer. And I put barely any because I don't want to drag it out too much that it messes up my makeup. So yeah, I'm just blending that out with a flat oval brush from Morphe. And it dries down pretty good, pretty quick. So it's like the perfect eye base to me. It has never failed me. So that's why I try to stick to it. But yeah, I'm just making sure that it's blended out as much as possible to minimize any creasing that may happen. Now, the first palette I'm going to be using is my Friendcation, the Friendcation palette by Desi Katie and Dose of Colors. I'm taking that lighter brown shade. I'm pretty sure it's like Puppuccino or Cheens. I'm going to put the shades down below because I really can't do this off the top of my head. But I'm using a really big blender brush, and I'm just adding that color all over my eye. No shape in mind, just putting it everywhere, really. And then I'm taking this Colourpop single shadow, and it's in the brown family. honestly, I'm gonna try to take the shade out of the palette. I just didn't want to mess it up with my nails. But it's really not that different than the Friendcation one. So now I'm going in with the deeper shade from the Friendcation palette, and that is gonna be focused more so on my lid and then bring it out from there versus what I was doing before with the other colors, which was like putting it everywhere. I want this to be deepest on my lid, but I'm not trying to go for like a black eye look, you know what I'm saying? So of course in the brown family, I'm just focusing it on my lid. And I'm going in with a little bit deeper of a brown from a single shadow of Colourpop's, and that's just gonna go everywhere. Honestly, I was just winging it. I can't even tell you what my method was, but it worked. It got me the look that I wanted, and I feel like it can work with any color family you want to do. Now with my NARS Climax palette, I think I'm using that brownish shimmer shade to put it right on my lid pretty much. Now I felt like it was a little bit dark, so I went in with a Colourpop single shadow, and I focused it more so on the center versus all over my lid like I did with the other shimmer, with the initial shimmer. Now I don't know why I decided to add brown liner. I just felt like it might as well. I figured I might as well. So I used that Milani brown liner and I applied it to my eye, and I blended it out with a really flat eyeshadow brush, and boom, my lashes are on. I'm pretty sure I was struggling with these lashes. I really don't know. I think I should have thrown these out, and I was just like, let me just make them work. I might as well. And the lip liner I'm using is the NYX Suede Liner, I believe, and the shade is brown. I'm not sure if it's 100% the Suede Liner, but it's 100%. The shade name is brown. And now I'm just gonna go in with my Pat McGrath Luster Gloss, I believe they're called, in the shade Faux Real. I love this gloss. This gloss is everything. You just have to line your lips with it. But yeah, that's it for this look. It was pretty quick, right? I kind of ran through everything. That was really fast. But yeah, that's it, and I'll see you in the next video.